Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Super Saturday Nostalgia. I'm the Athletic Geek, and the Animeister. He's here with me again. This might just become a regular. This might just become a regular thing.
I hope so. I enjoy this.
Hope so. Hope we can get Isaac back. Hope we can get some other artists and friends along with this, because this is probably one of the most fun shows that I do. Just because it gives me an excuse to go watch cartoons again. We are watching The Spider Slayer in the 90s Spider-Man animated series.
Which, I don't know about you, this show has a lot of nostalgia for me.
It's what introduced me. This is the show that introduced me not only to Spider-Man, but also to a slew of I was introduced to Iron Man through this show, Daredevil,
I think Fantastic Four.
The Fantastic Four through this.
X-Men?
No, X-Men. I was aware of the X-Men was concurrent with this.
But for me, I actually watched this show first. And it was the X-Men episode with this that got me into the X-Men
I was watching
show.
both concurrently, but I was excited when there was the X-Men episode, but that's neither here nor there. But this was what kind of, especially Daredevil, Doctor Strange, the Punisher, this is how I learned about all of those Marvel characters was through this show. Unfortunately, it's going to be hard to follow along because I believe it's now on some social media, some streaming services. However, we're not watching it on a streaming service. They took this off Netflix, and in my desperation to still enjoy this series, I bought a bootleg copy at a comic book convention.
For shame.
I'm sorry, Marvel, but that's all we could do. So if you want to follow along with us, fire up your possibly bootleg copy, or if you're watching this on a streaming service, you're going to have to fast forward through the intro. We're looking at the title card that says The Spider Slayer. Fast forward to that, press pause to get caught up and to follow along. If you're at that point, press play now. And the thing that really is bad about us using this on the bootleg, having to do this bootleg copy, is there's no recorded subtitles. Now, I've said this in the past. At the time, I thought that was cool as hell. The whole, the animation with, it looking all computerized for the...
It has not aged.
Oh, God, I hate it now.
There's a few shots of it.
When they do the real 90s computerized thing, at the time I thought it was really, really neat, and then you realize just how bad that is. I do like what they make the spider sense look like. I do
like the photo negative effect there.
Yes.
All the quips. I love this Spider-Man. I don't think he gets enough credit for his take on Spider-Man.
Oh, no. I think he's still a tremendous...
Voice-wise...
Yeah, you want to... the voice act... This is a character where I don't think any live-action interpretation of Spider-Man can live up to the voice actors. Because not only was Christopher... C.D. Barnes, tremendous in the role, but, Rhino Romano in the Unlimited in the Spider-Man video games for the PlayStation 1 and N64. He did a tremendous job.
Who else was Josh Keaton?
Yes.
In Spectacular.
I feel like they've all done a better job than all of their live-action counterparts.
Maybe not Drake Bell.
Oh, no, Drake Bell, no. Drake Bell's the only one that is... But... the Into the Spider-Verse, great job. It's just...
On both versions of Peter and that.
Yes.
Spoilers, if somebody hasn't seen that.
But it's been a year, so why haven't you? It's been over a year.
It won an Oscar over Disney movies. Go see it.
It's the best it's the best theatrical Spider-Man movie ever.
Yeah.
But, Tobey Maguire was awful.
Oh, see, now... Funny thing about
he's
that.
Not Spider. He's not making quips. He's not doing nothing. He's like emo. I know Spider-Man's down on himself and whiny, but good Lord, he's still funny.
Funny thing, the 2002 Spider-Man was one of the first movies I actually went by myself to in theaters. I was, I believe, 10.
I was 12. I was 12 when I saw it, and I remember I got dropped off there.
Yeah,
I didn't
did
go.
too.
Yeah.
Opening day, I
wasn't opening day. I was a little bit after that, but I got dropped off at the movie. I'm not going to give away our location, but it's the same movie theater where the both of us went to the midnight screening of the first Avengers movie.
Mm-hmm.
I see J. Jonah Jameson. I love. Robbie, they do a good job with the characterization here. Especially Ed Asner is just a tremendous J. Jonah Jameson.
Although they could have kind of did something with the Hitler stash. I'm
piece of I mean, not a Hitler stash, but he's supposed to have a mustache. It only looks like a Hitler stash from far away.
It does. I do disagree though. I do think J.K. Simmons is J. Jonah. I don't think you can ever...
he is. He's who I do, but Ed Asner does a really great job. Felicia's good.
Jennifer Hale is... I don't know if you knew that. Jennifer Hale is Felicia Hardy.
Oh, no, I did not know that.
Yep.
I'm Peter, and I'm going to be perverted and take a picture of this hot girl.
I'm sorry, but I would too. She's gorgeous in this series.
Yeah, they really try to...
Did she...
I kind of got along with Felicia. Like, as a kid, I thought Felicia was cooler than Mary Jane, at least in this series. Truth be told, like, with the exception of the comic books, I'm not a big Mary Jane fan. I prefer Gwen and Felicia over Mary Jane, with the exception of the comics.
Now, with the hair, in the comics, does she have blonde? She just has white hair, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's white.
So I'm wondering if they did the blonde hair to kind of
throw
off since they didn't have. I'm not sure why they didn't have Gwen in the series right away.
Well, this is more stuff as they could get away with in the 90s as compared to now, and with as much stuff as dark as this series can go. I think anytime you have Gwen in a series, you've got to write the death in, and maybe they were afraid of that at that time, putting death on television.
Unfortunately, I know Spectacular didn't get to that point,
right?
Which is
something funny. The gentleman in the wheelchair, that's Alistair Smythe. That's the character, if you're not familiar with that. And he was played in the second Amazing Spider-Man movie by B.J. Novak, who plays Ryan Howard in on The Office.
Oh, yeah.
So,
okay.
I remember whenever I was kind of shocked to hear that, that's good. That guy's getting played by Ryan, because there's always the guy in the wheelchair. They really, the Marvel animated universe really dug their futuristic-looking wheelchairs. There was Professor X and
well, right here, Kingpin.
And they did a really good job in this of keeping Kingpin
grounded as just like a mafia boss, but then he also has his roots to the supervillain side.
Yes, but also they for the longest time, Spider-Man doesn't even know who the Kingpin is. I mean, I get and I love the Daredevil, but right away they said he was the first villain. You kind of needed that, but right away, or with this, it was a long time before Spider-Man / Peter found out that Fisk was the Kingpin.
Yeah, they kept that mystery for most of the series.
A mystery to the characters, not to us, obviously.
But
the other. Because I believe the episode we'll eventually get to. We'll eventually get to a lot of these episodes, folks. When they introduce the Hobgoblin,
True.
Peter Parker, not aware of who Wilson Fisk truly is, saved Wilson Fisk's life in an assassination attempt from the Hobgoblin. And Peter looks at it as a hero, and Fisk is oh, that's a good young man, and I owe him one, and everything.
There's Harry.
Here's Harry.
Felicia. Is that
Flash?
Okay.
Now, see, that's the one thing I despise about MCU Spider-Man.
The Flash.
That Flash is not supposed to be a smart kid. I know he's the douchey and the bottom of the barrel smart kid. He ain't supposed to be a smart kid on any conceivable freaking level. He's supposed to be a jock who plays all the sports and goes, "You're a smart kid? I hate you."
Oh, ain't that nice? He took his aunt to the ball.
And Felicia thinks it's cute. That's that's how you get ahead.
I do like this Aunt May a lot too.
Yes,
and I did like Rosemary Harris in the original Sam Raimi trilogy. I thought she personified Aunt May really well.
Yeah, the thing, the tangents, that's what me and Animeister are all about, going off on tangents. That's what this whole series has been about.
It's what happens when you have two comic nerds.
Well, we watch the show and it makes us just go off on tangents a little bit more until we see something cool.
What do you think of the Spider Slayers in this episode?
Yeah, I mean, they look cool at the time. They don't hold up today.
I do like the...
Oh, and I see Harry. I thought Harry was supposed to be his buddy. He's being a dick being with Flash. He's dressing up in a Spider-Man costume, Flash is.
Uh-oh.
But the one thing... the thing that I do think... this Flash should not be... They did much better... They do... Every... Of the 3 cinematic Spider-Man series we've seen... There's always been this is good from the Raimi series, this is good from the Amazing series, and this is good from the cinematic series. But this sucked in the Raimi series. This sucked in, there was always something bad, good, but bad in all of them, and you're just if you could kind of make a goulash of all of the, of all the Spider-Man movies. Hey. Yeah, Peter! Here you go, buddy! Uh-oh.
Yeah, Peter, how would you know that?
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. It throws people off the scent that Peter could be Spider-Man.
I almost feel like this would have been a good setup for a chameleon episode.
Yeah. Oh, well, Flash is pissed off that he stole his girl. Uh-oh.
I do like this Spider Slayer, though. Oh, now he's gone. The kind of Black Widow callback, maybe. I wonder if that's a little nod to her.
Maybe, or just kind of...
They're going with a spider theme.
You see Spider-Man being a coward, Oh, no, not Aunt May!
No, don't set up one more day in this universe.
I wish I could go to Mephisto and have that eliminated from my memory. That is where I completely fell out of love with Marvel Comics. That and Superior Spider-Man.
Like I said, though, I know we've had discussions about the new run. They're kind of slowly...
I'm not reading it. I'm not reading it right now. So
I know they're starting to kind of...
I don't like Nick Spencer. He's currently, at the time of this recording, I'm just not a big fan of his writing.
But spoiler, if anyone hasn't, they are kind of just opposing that one more day decision, and it is kind of nice seeing Mary Jane and Peter back into that kind of relationship.
You know what? You know who I really liked, even though I didn't like Dan Slott's run that much? I like Carly. That was a cool girl. Her and Peter...
She shows up a bit.
Yeah, but her... I wish they wouldn't have broke them up. I thought that was a cool relationship for Peter. Have them have the attractive... nerdy police officer, or she's like a lieutenant, wasn't she?
I think... Was she a morgue assistant? I thought she was...
No, Carly was a cop.
What? Okay, I know one issue she was in the morgue doing...
she was a cop, but she was she wasn't like the gentleman we just saw there, in blue on the street. She had some rank, She was like a detective or a lieutenant or something, I just kind of you have the... the nerdy photographer, still somehow gets the cool women all the time. I guess that's how I wish I was. Other than the bad Parker luck, I guess that's how I wish I was Peter Parker. Yeah. Always, somehow.
And it's
always ended up with
Flash Thompson. Who would have guessed?
But something else that they do well in the series, as much as Flash is a dick and hates Peter, Flash will fight to the tooth and nail explaining how good Spider-Man is for the community.
And honestly, besides the Raimi movies, I will say I did like that aspect of the Amazing Spider-Man. That Flash, he did stand up for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it showed that even though he's kind of a tool,
yeah,
he did. Even with this new one, I don't like how they're characterizing Flash.
I don't like any of the supporting cast. This is... I'm not going to call this a hot take, or maybe it is. I think that outside of Spider-Man, it's just not that good. It's not. It's overrated. It has that MCU shine on it that makes people. I mean, if you like it, I'm not knocking your taste. I mean, hell, I like Batman vs Superman, Justice League. So I mean, that's just calling for people to come after me. But I feel like it's got this shine on it that's really not that good.
Bad shot.
No.
Yes,
that's a terrible shot.
That makes me think they just took the cell.
They took the
and
cell,
shrunk it.
Yep.
Zoomed out with it.
And zoomed out. That's all they did.
Zoomed out with that, and then they kept the background the same.
Yes.
God, that was
bad.
Some of these shots did not age at all, which is a shame.
I think even comparatively, hell, that right there was bad for the time. I mean, compare that to, Batman the Animated Series. Like, granted, there was some bad shots in that. Don't get me wrong, but oh no, to Spider-Man. And this is before the Spider-Verse.
This is before the Spider meme with the two pointing it.
Not before the original Spider-Man, but before the meme itself.
Yes. I feel like the Spider Slayers, if done right, they could be an interesting take to go with
in the MCU.
The MCU. I almost feel like they're I don't know. What do you think? I feel like they're setting up Kraven almost in the storyline, but I feel like how Far From Home ended.
Well, I feel like that what I want them to see, going on another tangent with Far From Home, I feel like they're going to do the whole. He's going to have to do like in the comic and elicit the help of Doctor Strange to, get in people's heads to make them forget.
I almost feel like they're going to set up. I think the Spider Slayers would be a cool way to go with how Far From Home ended.
It's just. I'm not going to get excited. I wasn't excited about Far From Home because I just do not like. I do not like, quote unquote, MJ. I do not like. I don't like Ned. I mean, like he's fun, but like, as a Spider-Man fan, I'm going, where's Harry? Where's Gwen? Where's? I just don't.
Where's
the real MJ, not, I mean, she's a good actress, but not her. That's not MJ. Again, kind of going back. I know MJ's supposed to be the pretty popular girl, and I'm not saying that you can't try a few things, but MJ is like the pretty popular girl who likes the dork's charm. Mm-hmm. And realizes there's more to him than being just a little nerdy guy, and she falls in, at least in the Ultimate series, falls in love with Peter. Mm. The thing with...
I feel like they're trying to merge too much between the Ultimate line and the original 616.
And then also trying to just throw in their own stuff to pander to people because it's the MCU, and you don't want just comic fans going. You want the casual fan as well.
And also, like a lot of that.
Oh, what the heck? Is that webbing or what's he doing?
I think that's a web. One of his
capsules. Web.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh! Oh!
And there it goes. Bye, Black Widow. Rough year for Black Widow.
Yeah, rough year.
This is kind of a nice scene.
Yeah. You see Flash kind of realizing he's kind of
a tool.
being a jerk. It's not going to help Flash change completely as a person, but... Oh no. Smite's father was in there. And this is why Flash hates Or not Flash, Alistair hates Spider-Man because he believes that Spider-Man killed his...
I do like... And
there's Eddie Brock.
I do like this series. They show a lot of Eddie Brock, and it kind of leads up to
Venom. But then it's like once he becomes Venom, it was over.
Yeah.
There's like maybe... He has like... They have the introduction and then like... The he's gone.
I do wish other Spider-Man shows would be able to get these amount of seasons, because I feel like none of them they introduce the characters, but then they don't. Some of the fan favorites, like in Spectacular, Scorpion, Hobgoblin, Carnage, none of them got introduced.
It's just kind of like in this day and age, you just don't see long runs from from superhero kids cartoons. I mean, like how stuff like Adventure Time lasts a long time, but like the comic book cartoons, they go a couple seasons. Even the good ones, like I like the Green Lantern series, but it didn't get to stay on long enough to go to the Sinestro Corps War.
I think that's partly because wasn't that released the same time as the movie, and I think I think that kind of put a bad mark on.
But I mean, Spectacular Spider, Wolverine, and the X-Men didn't last very long. It's just
Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I think one of the best,
the best
Avengers cartoons.
The best since Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
Justice League, kind of the golden age of superhero cartoons. Like this,
I almost feel like Justice League was the culmination of the
and then Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes. They didn't dumb down the stories. They didn't turn them all into teenagers. There's Kingpin manipulating Smythe. And
for the longest time,
to be continued. Well, since this is to be continued, we will on the next edition of Super Saturday Nostalgia be returning to Spider-Man.
Oh, nice.
So we will return to Spider-Man on the next edition to get the next part of this in, and
I do like these ending credits too.
Yeah, very, very cool, and the very, very cool music.
Aerosmith I don't know if you knew that Aerosmith did this.
I did not know that.
Joe Perry.
And that's cool.
Also on the Sam Raimi movie, they recorded a cover of the song.
Awesome. Well, that is it for us this week. If you enjoyed this video, well, first of all, thank you for joining us. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, give it a share, subscribe for more content, not just from the world of comic books and Saturday morning cartoons, from the world of pro wrestling, gaming, anime, and all things geek culture. Go like my Facebook page, facebook.com/athleticgeek89. Follow me on Twitter at athletic_geek89 and athleticgeek89 on Instagram. Anna Meister, you got any social media you'd like to plug?
Sorry about that, guys. I would like to. I do have a YouTube channel, not much on it, some college videos, but I'm hoping to make a change soon. So hopefully, some stuff in the future.
Get on board with that before before everyone else. But thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.